Does your RV have solar panels with a Victron solar controller, but you're not sure whether it's working? Well, I'm going to show you how to find out in this episode of Travels with Delaney. Welcome back, everyone. Before we get this week's episode started, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we'd sure appreciate it if you'd take time to hit the subscribe button and the little bell right beside of it so you get notified each time we put up a new video. For real-time updates, you can follow us over on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and also don't forget to check out our all-new website, travelswithdelaney.com. All right, so last November we had NuCamp install a 194 watt solar panel on our NuCamp Tab 400. And with that solar package that we had installed, it came with the Victron charge controller. So many of you may already have this system if you have a NuCamp trailer, and it's possible even if you don't own a NuCamp trailer, if you had solar put on, it's possible you have a Victron solar charge controller as well. So for the longest time here, the past few months, I have not been able to figure this thing out, and I couldn't really tell whether it was working or whether it wasn't working. So I finally am starting to get a little bit more of a grasp on how to know whether our solar is working and what it all means. And I thought I would make this short video to share it with anyone who has this system and you're just not certain. Understand, I'm no expert when it comes to solar, and so I'm sure many of you will know more about this than me, and hopefully through your comments down below, I'll be able to learn as well as others watching this video. All right, so if you have a Victron control system, the first thing we're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and go into the App Store for your smartphone and download the VictronConnect app, because actually you're going to be able to tell everything that's going on and control it using your smartphone. So that's all right. So once you have the app installed, go ahead and open up the VictronConnect app. And what will happen is any Victron devices that are within range are going to show up in your list. Now, if you just have the charge controller, then it's going to be the one that says Smart Solar. But I actually have an additional monitor that was installed, and that's that first one. But understand, you don't necessarily need that external monitoring system, because as long as you have a smartphone, then you'll be able to look up the information you're going to need right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Smart Solar HQ. And this is going to open up the app. And now you'll notice it will automatically find your controller and it will connect through Bluetooth. So just make sure the Bluetooth is on your smartphone. And you're going to come into this basic screen. So what we'll see here is at the top where it says solar, that tells us how many watts of solar we are currently producing in our system. So you can see right now it is gray out here and I'm parked under trees and I'm still getting 8 watts of solar. And then right below that, it will tell us how much voltage and how much current. So you notice, because it is very cloudy out and I'm in the trees, we're not getting a lot of current, just 0.4 amps. Not much going on right now. But that at least tells me that we are capturing something and we're converting it and sending it to the battery. Now, the next box down is actually for our battery, and it's going to give us a readout of what's going on with the battery. It tells us that the current battery state is at 12.91 volts. So the battery is actually fully charged at this point in terms of what we would consider a reading. But understand, even a 12-volt battery typically will charge above 13 volts, and that's fine. That's what we want. And then it shows the current. Now, because that is a positive number, that tells us that there is actually energy, in essence, going into the battery. Now, if that was a negative number, it means more would be coming out than what was going in. And then finally there under state just kind of tells us how it's actually charging. And there's 3 basic states, and you can read about that in your manual, but the bulk is going to be that quick charge, and then the other 2 will kick in as it gets closer to being fully full. Now, that's really all we need to know, unless you're really wanting to deep dive into your solar system. But ultimately, this front screen is the key. It's going to tell us, are we capturing anything? And then how much voltage, how much current, and then it's going to give us that snapshot of our battery. Across the top here, though, you'll notice this app is very intuitive, and it will actually give you a history of what's been happening from day to day. And so you can see here, there's today, yesterday, 2 days ago, and this has kind of been our weather pattern here the last few days, as we'll get a sunny day and then we get a cloudy day. But what I really wanted to point out was the white lines are for bulk charging, and then we have these different colored areas to show us when we switch to the various types. And finally, you can see on this particular day, it was actually in the float mode 23% of the time. Same way here. So that just kind of gives you a visual so you can look back and see what was happening with your solar. There's also a new feature here with the trends, but again, I don't know that I need that much information for me personally, but there's a lot this app can do. Now, you may be asking about setup, and if you click that little wheel right up here at the top, that's going to take you into the setup mode. When you get your system for the first time, you download this app, you're probably going to need to make some changes for it. Now, here in the tab, we're actually on a 12-volt system, but you can see it also gives you the option for a 24-volt system. Maximum charge current, we have currently set at 14 amps, and it is charger enabled, and you can go through and see there's a lot of settings. Now, I will be honest, when I first went into this setup, didn't have a clue where most of this should be, but I found a video from a reputable source on YouTube, and I'm going to go ahead and link that video, who kind of walk through some of these basics for how you would want to set this up. So again, I'm going to link that video for you from AMS Solar to do that. And again, there's just lots of different setup functions here, and that other video does a really nice job of taking you through it and letting you know what these different settings are. And so there's no sense for me to even attempt to recreate what they've already done, and done well. So that is the actual charge controller. Now, if you're finding that you're basically getting nothing as far as a reading here for, let's say, the watts, then it's possible you have an issue with the hookup of your actual solar panel. Now, we did have this issue. It did not get hooked up correctly originally, and so through a lot of research and work with Austin over at NuCamp, we were able to figure out that my charge controller was actually wired incorrectly. So just to give you a brief overview of what your system should look like, you're going to have a positive and a negative coming from your solar panel, and they're going to run that down to your charge controller. Now, here in the tab 400, the charge controller is located under the bed. And so you want to make sure that the positive is running to the positive and the negative is running to the negative where it is coming in. The point that you want to connect to on the controller is the two terminals labeled PV. Then you're going to have two wires running to your battery, and those should also be wired correctly, positive and negative, and those are going to come out of the terminals that are labeled battery. And then those would go to the battery. The issue we had was the two wires leading in from the solar panel actually were miswired into the two terminals labeled load. And so, unfortunately, it was not charging. Another thing to consider is if your controller is wired properly and you're not getting anything, if it's like our system here in the Tab 400, the wires coming off the solar panel are fairly short. So that means they had to then add additional wires and connect them to run them down to your charge controller. If those do not have a good connection, that could cause a problem with your system. If you have a Tab 400, I can tell you that there's a good chance those wires come down in your closet, and if you remove that little wood panel in the back of your closet, you'll be able to see where that connection is and check those connections. So that's just a little bit of an overview on the charge controller. Finally, if you do have the external monitoring system, and on our Tab 400, that's located at the foot of the bed, it's just another way to monitor everything without logging into your smartphone, but Victron also gives you an app for that external monitor, and there's quite a bit of information here as well, specifically on your battery. So you can see here it tells me right at the top we're at 100% state of charge, voltage of 12.84. It tells me that the current is, again, a positive at this point, 0.4 amps. We're receiving 5 watts of power, and again, because that's positive, that's incoming. Now, I want to show you what happens here. I'm going to go ahead and turn our refrigerator on, running off the battery system. And as soon as it starts to kick in, we should see that there's going to become a draw here. Now, we're not getting enough solar to actually handle that draw, so these numbers should go to a negative. And we'll give it just a second for that compressor to kick in. But I really just wanted to show you the key is when you're in the positive, it means you're bringing in more power than you're using. And when you're in the negative, then you're actually using more than you're bringing in. And unfortunately, our refrigerator doesn't seem to be drawing enough, but I've got just the perfect solution for that. Oh, there it went. That compressor kicked on. And now we have some draw, or it could be the fact that I just turned our inverter on. So notice how those numbers went into the negative. Again, that tells us that we are using more power than what we're bringing in. If I go ahead and shut the, it actually was the inverter. I shut the inverter off even though the refrigerator's still running. We're getting enough solar right now to make up for what our refrigerator's using. So anyway, and the same way here, we have the settings button up top to where you would set it up. A good example in here is the first thing you have to do is set up how many amp hours your battery is. And again, things like charging volt and so on. You also have the history section, which I haven't really messed with, and the trend section in here. For me, I just want to keep it simple. I just want to know, are we getting solar and are we producing enough to cover what we're using in the trailer and be charging the battery at the same time. Whenever you're done with this, just go ahead and you can close the app. One last thing I'd like to mention is if for some reason your device does not show up on your list, down here at the bottom right hand corner there's a little orange button. Tap that and it will research for you. What I have found is we don't even have to be in the trailer, and I can use these as long as I'm within probably 15 or 20 feet of the trailer. It will typically find my devices so I can be outside and check to see what exactly is going on with our solar setup. So there you have it. I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination, but at least now I think I can tell whether we're getting solar, how much we're getting, and if we're able to not only cover the power we're using, but whether we're actually charging our battery. All right, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down below. Through those comments, maybe we can help each other out and continue to figure out how to maximize our solar systems, better understand it, and give us more power for a longer time when we're out boondocking. Until next time, everybody, we'll see you on down the road. Good night.